African, like black, like they're indigenous Africans, right? So like there are people like the Khoisans, right? Let me finish. There are people like the Khoisans, right? Whereby they say they're the first ones to be in the land of South Africa, right?
Actually, they say that's where they're the first ones to be in South Africa. They look kind of Asian, they're light skinned, but to us, good. Just a light skinned black person.
True. Okay, good. I agree with that. But then again, you would have to at least look at the whole history of that place and then the people there, right? The same way African Americans struggle with some certain quote unquote what would you would consider like a white construct, right? It's the same way Africans struggle with that too. So if some African Americans can't get over it, don't expect Africans to all of a sudden just snap at it and be like, okay, we want this change, right? It's gradually. So that's why you need to understand what Tyler was saying when he came on that interview. She's not denying the fact that she doesn't have black in her, or she's not black. She's just going by what she has been brought up with. And then again, this is a young lady, right? And she's trying to talk to
if I may, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry not to cut you off. Thank you, big boy, for letting me up on the panel and chat. Okay, I'm gonna get down.
Oh, okay. She's trying to tap into a new market, right? But at the same time, still keep our own identity. That's who she has been all her life, right?
Okay, I understand that, and I can respect that, except for one thing. When you look at Tyler's videos, especially when it first came out, she's being marketed as a black girl. She has braids in her hair. All her dancers are dark skinned, so it's like, if that's not what you want to be, then don't be.
Kelly, you're talking of the Americas, right?
I always say that. It comes from my American ignorance. I always say that. It comes from my.
No, I'm not talking of ignorance. I'm not talking of it.
I can't say that I know everything that goes on in South Africa. I'm saying the way it is viewed over here. Over here, she's being marketed to everybody, but she's being marketed as a black girl. So if you're not proud to be black, put a bunch of white girls in your video. Don't put cornrows and stuff in your hair. Take it out. Perm your hair, straighten it, boof it up, and that'll be fine. But over here, you're taking up a black space from another black.
Chisom actually wanted to say something. I'll just say something after Chisom.
Yeah. Kelly, you should understand. Like during apartheid in South Africa, like people were classified like that. So the classification has always been there. You can just say like, when Tyler came to America, it was like a cultural shock for you guys to tell you guys that she's colored, even though I don't know the whole story. So yeah,
it was a culture shock.
Okay, yeah, that's how you put it. Then I get to you.
Okay, look, Kelly, buddy. All right, so in during apartheid, for the minority to keep track of the majority, which is black. Before, we didn't have this thing of colored. It was black people. Even the Indians that they brought here as slaves, even the Asians, they were regarded as black people. So now to keep the minority, to keep the majority to be contained, to be small, they had to come up with groups. So it was black people, and then it was colored people. So now the colored people, that was just like Chisom is saying, it was classified for them so that they can keep the majority to be contained, so that they can separate. But then here's the thing. I heard Aji said that the colored were treated much better than the black, which is true. Okay.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that though. But go ahead.
Okay, it's back. Yeah, and Kelly, you should understand the word apartheid means separation. Astrid, you can go on.
Yes. So for them to keep the majority to be contained, they had to do that. They had to now come up with groups for the majority. So then that's why you have the colored people. But colored people, they are considered to be black colored people.
And if you said that, it would have been fine. In 1992, black people boycotted Pepsi and all these other businesses on behalf of apartheid. Like we marched. I remember my first march was when I was 12 years old against apartheid. So from that construct to being broken down to all these years later, it just seemed like somebody was upholding those traditions, and that's fine if that has become your custom and your traditions. But like I said, it was a more of out of a either ignorance or a stance. Here, if you don't want to be black, we're fine with you. We'll kick you to the curb. We have a lot of Dominican people that say that they're Spanish, but they as black as you and me. They say, oh no, we know black. Okay, that's fine. We don't want nothing to do with you. Keep it moving. Go ahead, go over there with the Spanish people and let them treat you like crap because you're Afro-Latino. Now, if you're proud to be Afro-Latino, we're proud to have you. But you'll have a lot of people that's like, oh no, I'm not black. And I'm like, really? Okay. So we looked at Tyler like that. Like, what's her name? Zoe Saldana? We hate her. We can't stand her. Kick her out. She only black when she wants to have a job and take somebody's money. Then she's black. Other than that, she's old. She thinks she's everything else under the sun, and we don't like that. So that's why Tyler kind of got like a backlash from that, because we really don't understand it, and she really wasn't trying to explain it. In other countries, she explained it very well. When she went to the UK, she was very loud and proud about her being colored. But over here, she danced around it. And it's the dancing around thing that we don't like. Let us know how you feel straight up. Point blank period. I think she would have been in a better position when she went to like the Breakfast Club and did a national interview with one of the biggest black radio stations in America. But she like danced around it to try to be like, oh, don't ask that question. Not realizing the Breakfast Club doesn't care. It airs everything. Even when they get ready, they about to get messed up or they makes them look bad. They don't care. Everything gets aired. It's not like the YT radio station. So I guess she didn't really realize that, or her people didn't, because when they asked her that question about her ethnicity, her handlers came in and was like, shh, like to stop it. But it's like, that's too late on the Breakfast Club because everything's being aired. But I've seen her on like BBC, and she was very proud about being a colored, and she broke it down. I say, I really wish she did that during the Breakfast Club, but she didn't. So after that, a lot of black people here just like wrote her off. Like, why do you got black girls, dark skinned girls dancing in your video?
Okay, but Kelly, this is the problem here. But this is a young lady, and I think I would give her a pass, right? Like you said, she has black girls dancing in her videos. She's not a colorist. She's not just putting like white girls in her videos. She's still appreciating our other African sisters, right? So you would understand that she's not what she said she is. Basically, like saying I'm colored and I'm not black. That's not who she really is, right? With her actions, right? With the videos that, because we have a lot of African artists that they don't even put black women in their videos. They don't even put African women in their videos or try to associate themselves with African women. But if you see Tyler, she's always rolling with other African artists, other black women. So you understand that this woman is actually an African woman. It's just that.
Hey, bro, we love Tim's.
She's a black
Yeah, okay,
woman.
but
No, I
Tyler
don't
and Tim
understand.
are very-
I don't really understand why does
We
she
love
have to
Tim's.
explain herself. I don't understand why does she have to keep on explaining. And people on TikTok, especially South Africans, they came on social media platforms explaining this whole thing. I don't understand. What do you guys want? It's kind of irritating that every time whenever a person of another race or another color in Africa has to explain themselves why, what happened, why is it that you this? She never denied being a black woman. She just said
she did,
that, but
actually.
then it's a race in this country, and I feel like you guys just don't want to accept it. That's what I feel.
Hey, I understand it. Like I said, it has to deal with either ignorance or superior black pride over here in America. But if for some reason, like, we're at war with our government, with these YT people, at this point,
That's
we have
your
to-
problem. And the
let me
thing
finish.
is, you guys took it on someone else
I
who's
understand
not
that.
even from there. You guys kept saying she's
I understand
twerking,
that.
she's
We-
taking
we
your
have a
music, she's
saying
doing
that all
this.
skin folk ain't your kinfolk. You know what that means? Just because somebody looks like you don't mean they are for you. So at this point where we are lockstepping with each other. And if you're not ready to throw up that black fist, we are like we're tired of you. We're over it, and we're ready to move on past you. And I think Tyler caught a lot of the backlash from this. She's a very lovely girl and very talented. But my thing is this: if that's where you want to be at on that side, go on that side. Don't be putting dark-skinned girls in your videos, cornrows and braids in your hair, because we see YT people play that same game
That's
over
an
here.
African. You understand that's an African thing, right? That
I understand
cornrows
that.
are an African
Yes,
thing.
that's
So if you denying someone their Africanness, what do you expect them to do? What do you expect to be a white woman? She's not
We
white.
didn't deny her Africanness. It seems like she's denying more of her Africanness.
Okay,
He
but Kelly,
never
this is
denied it. If she
Kelly,
had
this
she
is
had
where you
not
lose.
denied it, then she wouldn't have not put in braids. Then she wouldn't have not doing
Yeah.
our dances here in South Africa. Then she wouldn't have not listened to our music.
Sounds
She wouldn't
good.
have not
But
been
over here, we
talking
got
our
white girls
language,
like
eating
Miley
our
Cyrus
food.
that try to put
No,
braids and dreadlocks
please.
in her hair and try to do the dance.
Ah, come on, you're talking about Miley Cyrus here.
We
You
don't
see, that's
like
your problem.
that.
Where's
Even Jennifer Lopez.
This is definitely Doctor's child. You understand that you don't make any sense right now.
I'm just
You're
trying to
saying
explain it
she's
to you
denying,
from
and I'm telling
our
you, he
point of
never
view.
did. No, your guy's point of view is very dumb because, like I said,
trust of
she
what?
never denied. He never did.
Okay, guys.
She never
Guys,
denied.
Just like I told you, yes, she
Any
did. When they
any
answered the
African-
question, her handlers came out and made her not answer the question.
So being colored now doesn't it means that she's not?
Well, when
she's
she
not
went on
African.
BBC, she explained being colored. I said she should have did that here in America. She wouldn't do it here in
For
America,
what?
but
For
she did
who?
it
She
in
already
Europe.
did. How many times
Everybody's
was she
not
doing?
going to watch that.
How many times was
So
she
over
doing?
here, it just looked bad.
What
she
does
did it.
Charlemagne the God have? What does Charlemagne the God have? What does he have? What does he have?
A
What makes him
radio
so special?
station
She already said. She already
8 or
said
9%
so many
of black
things.
people in
What
America
things?
listen. Well, we used to. We don't even like the Breakfast Club no more. We don't really listen to the Breakfast Club like that no more. But at the time, they had a very wide audience. And when her handlers came out and made her shut up and not answer that question, that was bad. She should have just said, over in South America, I'm colored because I have these genes and this genes, and black people would understand that and would have been fine with it. But they shut her down completely.
That's a question.
And it just looked bad. Go back and look at the interview. It's on YouTube. It just looked bad.
Kelly, please, can I ask a question? Kelly, please, can you take off whatever is in your mouth here? Because you can't hear you properly. It's like you chewing or something. It sounds like big bro. I don't understand, man.
Nope, that's just me. That's the way I sound. If you don't like it, I'm going to cut your mic off.
Hear you properly.
Big
That's
go.
what I'm saying, brother. Come on. Please, yeah? Please.
Sorry, can't help you. But like I said, it just looked bad. Not that she did anything wrong. They should have just let her go ahead and do her. But they jumped out there and like shut that whole thing down. And it's like, why are you doing that when they asked her what's her ethnicity? She could have just explained it and moved on.
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on from this. Yes,
All right,
okay.
yeah. Because Asher